fall scene with a barn. I'm doing it after, I think Paul's request. He wanted to do Bob Rush season 28, episode 7. So this is going to be similar, but I'm not using the gesso or regular oil paints. This is all water mixed oil paints today. Hand mixed liquid white that I already put on here. There's just a tiny amount on there already. And then the colors here, I'll just go through those real quick. So we've got burnt sienna, sap green, Mars black. These are 2 piles of alizarin crimson, titanium white, cadmium yellow light, cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, and it's called Grumbacher red, but I believe it's just Naphthol red. So they call it Grumbacher red for whatever reason. So yeah, and these are Grumbacher water mixable oils. So let's see where we want to start today. This is going to be mostly like a fall type scene. So maybe I'll start with some ochre and yellow. In the episode that I'm basing this off of, Bob used gesso, and he made like a background out of it, but I'm just going to use some regular, just raw colors today. Nice fall colors. Lots of yellows. I'm just doing little circles here and there. Make it look like something's happening. Alright, we'll add some more up here in the corners. We could actually add some burnt sienna up here, that'll darken it up, so maybe I'll do that here in a second. I think that would be a nice color to add and darken the corners up a bit. Yeah, let's do that. I don't even need to clean the brush really for that. Just go into straight burnt sienna on a 2.5 inch brush. We'll just do it on this side. Just darken things up a little bit. Move the eyes to the middle of the painting. That's what they usually say it does. That's all we're trying to do. I don't think there's any clouds. I don't really want any clouds in this one, so I'm going to go ahead and just apply the burn umber down here. Or burnt sienna. I always get those two mixed up. But this is just straight burnt sienna down here. And as I go up, hopefully get a little lighter because there's a lot of white on this bottom half. A lot of titanium white already on there. And when they go together, I'll just kind of fluff it around. This will turn into trees. There we go. Try and get out those brush strokes there. There we go. Alright. So now we got kind of a nice little background here. Let's add in a big tree. But we're going to need a darker brown for this. And that's why I have this little pile of alizarin crimson and bigger pile of sap green. More to the green shade. This should make a brown. It's a color that Bob uses a lot in the later seasons. Alizarin crimson and sap green. There we go. Nice dark brown, chocolate brown, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Now we're going to throw in some foliage up here in the background. I'm thinking big trees here, smaller ones here, cabin right in the middle. That's the plan for today. Just pushing straight in here. There we go. Grab some more. As I come down, I'm kind of turning the brush more sideways. Makes more flat trees. go. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna push in here. Sorry if the canvas is flopping around here. I'm hitting it a little too hard. Alright. Come over a little bit here. Let me flatten this out just a tad. Tap the bottom. Shape the line just a little bit, not too much. Alright. I want to darken that corner a little bit. I don't like that the right side up there was not as dark. So I just pushed in some darker paints. Now it looks like there's two trees hanging out up in there. There we go. Alright. And we can add some, we could add some branches, I guess. I'm just going to pour some oil down. This is their linseed oil, that modified linseed oil that they sell for Grumbacher. Water mixable linseed oil. I'll just throw in maybe here and there some branches. I normally don't do too much on the branches, but every now and then I'll throw some in. Normally they'll just be small little branches, or I'll scrape them in with the palette knife. There's some here. Alright, and over here we can maybe do a couple, not too many. Alright, let's rinse this brush off real quick. It's easy because we're using water. Tapped it out. And it's just, I'm just using soap and water today. Alright, now let's add some highlights to these bigger trees over here. To do that, I'm going to tap a little bit of oil down, put the brush, get a lot on the brush, and then let's start with some yellow ochre. We'll start with that. This is thinned down yellow ochre. Maybe a little bit of yellow. Alright, we're just going to start tapping. Throwing in some yellow ochre. As we get towards the bottom, I'll add in a different color. I'm going into the cadmium yellow medium. And I'm going to work my way down to the left there, just alternating between these yellows, just any one of them really. There we go. Nice little angle there, I like that. Alright, let's come down here. Cover up the bottoms of those trees. There's a lot of pressure here. I'm pressuring pretty hard. So the brush is almost fully flat against it. And it looks kind of like grass now, which is good. I'm just going to blend here and there. Alright, I think that's pretty good for the background. Now we're going to throw in our big old cabin or barn. Really whatever you want to call it. To do that, I'm going to start by cleaning off my palette knife. And I might want to darken some of this up. I'm not sure yet. I might darken this here real quick. Let me see. Oh yeah. Saw that chocolate brown on there. That's better. Because you really need some contrast when you're moving into the foreground. Otherwise it just looks kind of weird. So I just make sure this bottom part's really dark. And then the top part can be as light as we want. Alright, I'll wipe this off real quick. There we go. Alright. Now, let me double check this. Alright, we got palette knife, and I'm just going to use a regular shop towel here. But we're going to scrape out the shape of the barn first, so let's do that. There's one side. I try to keep my aim flat with the edge of the palette knife and then just pull down and to the left. That's how I kind of make the edges of my barns or whatever. There we go. On this side we'll make it big old barn. And we'll flatten this out. Come down, do the same. There we go. You can kind of see a barn here. Pull down here. Alright, I think that's a good enough barn. And good enough for now. Anyways, alright. Now we've got it pretty much laid out. We can use the rest of this brown color we got. Sap green and alizarin crimson. And then I just tap. I tap around the edges first. The eaves. Before I do anything else. It just helps me aim where my paint's going to go. At least I found. I don't know. If you found a different way, let me know. I'm always trying to learn new ways of painting. Alright, and then we just pull down and to the left. And it's important to make sure that your palette knife kind of stays flat. No matter how you move it, the top edge is flat. I just found that helps. It just helps when you're doing these things. Because if your top edge is moving around, then you might end up using the wrong angles and looking weird. And I try to make my stuff not look weird. Although sometimes it doesn't work. Alright, we're just pulling down all around the sides of this here barn. Alright, I might actually need some more of this sap green crimson mixture. That's why I added another pile, just in case. Alright, we'll leave that for over here. And these paints are a little, I don't know if you can tell, they're a little oily, so they do look, they'll look more shiny than normal. Alright, now we gotta pull this side down. Straight down, straight down. We got the other side over here. Might be a little hard to see because it's so dark, but I'm just blocking in this barn color here. Alright, pull down one more time. Just got paint all over my fingers. Well, that's fine because that happens sometimes. And over here, I'm thinking I might just cover this with bushes, so I'm not really worried about that. But I am worried about this top part extending over the side. Alright, there we go. I think that's the, I'll use a small edge over there. There we go. That's the majority of the barn. Pull it down, spread it around, there we go. So we got a blocked in, nice little barn. Clean off the palette knife. I'm just going to highlight it with the burnt sienna. Maybe a little bit of that brown. I don't know. Darken it just a tad and then some white. A little bit more white. Don't mix it up too much because I want those nice streaks in it. I don't know if you can see those nice little streaks there, but makes for a nice highlight. Alright, let's do the insides first. And for that, Just pull straight down. Same way we highlight mountains. Straight down. There we go. Pull down here. Go from there. Grab some more. Pull down again. Ooh, that's a bright streak there. I don't want a bright streak. How do we get rid of bright streaks? Just keep going over it. Just like that. Then we'll pull down over here. It's a little darker over there. That's fine. And then this back side here, just pull straight down. Make sure we got the angles right. Back here don't matter as much because we're going to cover that up. Pull down here because it's a little too white and a little too bright. We don't want it to be bright yet. There we go. And then maybe some in here. In between top and the bottom of the barn. There's a little bit of wood showing. Pull down one more time there. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So here's the sides of the barn. Easy peasy. Got a turtle dove out in the window. He's yelling at me. Alright, now I get to do, this is my favorite part. So I'm going to use umber, or not umber, alizarin crimson, and some naphthol red, or Grumbacher red. That'll make a really interesting, dark, really dark, but also kind of warm red color. And then I'm going to add this white here. I'm going to need quite a bit of it. This is going to be like a pink roof. But I like that color for my roofs. Alright, we're going to pull down to the right, get a little roll of paint, and then we're going to shingle or just lay in. Just kind of tap on the roof. Makes it look like a roof. I know it sounds silly, but only advice here is make sure you try and aim where your other tap marks were. And it's okay if they overlap too. Tapping, tap, 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 tap. Alright, come down here at the bottom, make sure it's even. Alright, I think top's okay. Let's go over to this side. You can go left to right as well. But that's backside. I said it was gonna let it overrun with foliage. And then over here I'm just gonna tap at the top because there's not gonna be much of a roof there. Just a little bit. Just so you know there's a roof there. And then I'll tap this corner. Something like that. There we go. Wipe the old palette knife off. It's not a half bad looking barn. Maybe we'll do one more little thing here. I want to make this side really bright. I'm just tapping. Maybe on the top too. There we go. Just a little bit. Along the top. There we go. I don't know. Just makes it stand out a little bit more. Alright, now we're going to go into the small edge of the knife with the Mars Black or Ivory Black, whatever color you got. We're going to add a nice little door on our barn here. Mars Black's nice because it's so strong, it makes really nice doors. And maybe we'll add another little diamond window up here at the top. Pull down. There we go. Nice little thing there. Maybe we'll turn this into, I don't know, a stable or something. Maybe there's a door on that side too. He's a little bit bigger. There we go. like a garage or something. All right, and now we can just use a little bit more of the white. Oh, that's probably too much. There we go, that's good. We'll just go around the sides here. Make the door stand out just a little bit. Same with this one. And this paint is very sticky. That's just the nature of this type. It's very sticky paint. So that's why it might be able to see it sticking to the stuff. It's stringy. Little strands of it poking out everywhere. There we go. All right. I'd say that's good enough for the barn. Now I can throw in some foliage behind it and maybe a path. Call it a day. All right, let's do this. Crimson, sienna, basically all those colors mixed together. I'm going to go over the corner over here. Tap a little gentler right here. And we'll go up into that doorway just a little bit. Just evening them out. Alright, and I said I wanted that corner over there to be covered up. So let's do that real quick. There we go. Alright, I think that's enough for that. And then I'll grab the fan brush and some white and some sienna. And we're just going to come in here, throw in a path just so we know where the path goes. Actually, I'm happy with that right there. Normally it takes me a few tries to go over it, but I actually really like that. I'm gonna leave that alone. And we'll grab our, where is he? Our little brush here, 1 inch, back to the yellows. And then we're just gonna highlight these bushes here, little fireballs. And you can tap down or up. I always like to tap up. I don't know why. It just looks more bushy. All right, back to the yellow and the green and the ochre. There we go. Just tapping in here. And then we'll tap in some more. Here, right there. Some here. All right. How's that? Should we add in one more tree? I feel like we got enough. We got some time left. No, we don't. We got paint left. I'll just use a fan brush, straight Mars Black. There we go. Oh, he's a little crooked there at the bottom. Fixed him up. Grab some more. I'll have a friend. Maybe his friend is right here. He goes off the side. I always like doing trees that go off the side. Where's our trusty script liner? There he is. Grab the script liner. Just dump some oil out right into the Mars color we used for those trees. And then first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten up the top. Just give them some little limbs up here in the top. Make sure I'm not drawing little squiggly lines. Alright, and they should get bigger as they go towards the middle. Just making sure I do that. Sometimes I forget, or I do it where I forget to make them bigger at the ends, or bigger at the front than they are at the ends. And I wonder when I look at them why they look so odd, and that's the reason why. 99% of the time when I'm making trees. I made the ends too big. Like there, that's smaller than that. It looks weird. So we gotta make it bigger. Or we can make this side like that, and then make that bigger. There we go. That looks a lot more realistic. And it's not super realistic. Like, I'm not trying to be a realist painter or anything, but just more real than, it just don't look like squigglies, you know, worms. All right, let's do one hanging off here. Something like that. There we go. And then we'll do some more little tiny ones here on the ends. Some up here. I actually like that one, so I'm not going to mess with them. One here. Maybe one here. I think that's good enough. I'll rinse this off one more time. Grab the fan brush that I used with the burnt sienna, and then I'm just gonna tap on the side here real quick. Same up here, and then pull to the left. There we go. Same with this little one, this friend. There we go. All right. I think that's good enough for today. Let's sign it and then take it down. So I'll grab the oil one more time, hopefully last time. And then swirl it around. And then we'll sign it and call it a day. All right. W. J. There we go. Then we date it. 22. Getting close to 23 though. Almost there. Alright. Rinse that off for the last time.